All right. Okay. Well, I guess I've done all the shrines in the Breath of the Wild. First, I thought to complete my energy bar, I thought I had to. You had to do downloadable content, I think, to find those other shrines. So I think is it complete proper? Let me see. Well, I don't know how to check the. I know the hearts are full. Just the stamina wheel isn't all full. So, and I don't know. I mean, you can definitely defeat Ganon earlier without all the hearts and without all the. got some stuff organized. Cleaned the grill this week, and then I organized a closet, and actually took care of the dogs this week. So yes, the University of Houston Cougars lost the championship, but they made it to the championship. So oh yeah, I guess I underestimate when it's cold and you're like in Russia and you have a few drinks every now and then. It's like man, you don't really feel that dehydrated when it's cold, but the Texas heat has come back with a vengeance, and it got up to 85 degrees. I wasn't hungover today. I was just saying, like, I think on Monday when I had a few ice cold beers, like I didn't realize how hot it and humid it was getting because it was, at it's early April. So I didn't think that shit was going to start at least until May or something. But the shit is here with a fucking vengeance. And so it's even getting to 90. A bikini woman was swimming in the pool, and we have our condo in front of the pool, and in front of the community pool. But in fact, May is the 30th anniversary of my parents buying this place. So believe it or not. Yeah, I think it's in June, I think. Yeah. Just around the time Nintendo Switch 2 is released. I really can't afford that $500 price tag with Mario Kart World, so it's going to be a no-go on that one. Unless I, win the lottery or become a multi-millionaire in the next few months, so we'll see. Or get a really kick-ass job or something like that. So even then, I don't know if I'd want to pay for that shit, because $500 and then $80 each. I'd rather buy a bag of fucking weed and I'll just have fun playing this. Buy an ounce of weed or something. And then the Pink Moon is this Saturday. So just like the Nick Drake album, Pink Moon. They have Brighter Lotter. I'm sorry, 5 Leaves Left, Brighter Lotter, and Pink Moon was his final record before he died. Was it a suicide? I know the guy had crippling depression, so I don't know. Did he just take a whole bunch of pills and pass away at 26? Yeah, probably. Nick Drake, cause of death. We'll play some Nick Drake tomorrow. Died in Warwickshire, United Kingdom. Born in Yangon, Miramar. That's pretty exotic. Yeah, my friend playing guitar, he would always say when we were listening to Nick Drake records, he would say, "Oh, isn't that so weird? His album was called 5 Leaves Left, and then 5 years later he was dead." And I was like, "Yeah, that is pretty strange." It would be pretty strange. They have someone, they released their last record, and then it said, and it was 4 straws left or something, and they were dead 4 years later. Yeah, pretty bizarre. He took an overdose of amitriptyline. Elavil is a tricyclic antidepressant primarily used to treat major depressive disorder. Okay. So he just overdosed on pills? Oh wow, he just took a whole bunch of shit. He took 35 of them. Holy shit. That's really sad. I guess he just was. His depression just made him so despondent that he just said, "Okay, I'm gonna just. This life is too much. I'm just gonna kill myself." And it's unfortunate because he was like one of the most talented artists of his generation. Yeah, that would. I mean, I don't know if Nick Drake happy would have changed his music. If Nick Drake could have been happy, I'm not sure. Um, yeah, yeah, that would have been wild. A Nick Drake. Wait, who does he look like? He looks like you know who could do his biopic if he was young enough. Jesse Eisenberg. That's what he looks like. He looks like Jesse Eisenberg. You know, but like with long hair, like a hippie Jesse Eisenberg, like in the that movie where he's like with Kirsten Stewart, and he's like I forgot what the movie was called. I've watched it a few times. I really like that one. Kirsten Stewart is like super hot. I know she plays like straight girls in movies, but she might be like Cara Delevingne, like plays straight girls in all the movies, but she's gay, but or bisexual or whatever. Yeah, that's a good movie where he's like at a summer like amusement park. It's kind of a retro movie, like it takes place in the '60s or '70s or '80s or '90s or something, whatever. And it's a really good movie about him falling in love with this girl, and then I guess like he would look like Nick Drake if yeah he had like a hippie haircut, not like the usual like perm that he has, and definitely not the bald Superman shit. Or no, he had hair in that, didn't he? Yeah, except until the end. But yeah, just like in fact, I never really thought about how much Nick Drake looked like Jesse Eisenberg until I was trying to explain to the audience um, who Nick Drake looks like. Going to the cave. Yeah, it's really moody music because he's depressed, but it's like really like his guitar playing style is amazing. He's like a prodigy, and so he's a virtuoso, as they say, and just amazing. Like if you look at his albums, he needs some engineers and some people to produce it and record it, but except for strings and stuff like that, some of these records almost single-handedly all arranged and played by him. Like he, of course, he has personnel on more complicated records with horns and strings and all that, but where he needs other musicians. But I mean, for the most part, it's all him. Yeah, Nick Drake music is bittersweet. Uh, it's yeah, very poignant, very heartfelt. It's has that great late 1960s, 1970s singer songwriter quality to the max. It's great shit. In other words, I don't listen to the records all the time because they are ethereal and they're very moody. It's not necessarily music you want to listen to if you're fighting depression necessarily. if you struggle with things like that? I think like a band like the Beatles is like sort of the natural antidepressant kind of music, more or less. There's a lot of bands like that. I mean, a lot of bands that are good antidotes for depression. I mean, not that there's a lot of bands like the Beatles. That's not true at all. There's wanna Beatles. Yeah, there's plenty of wanna Beatles. Yeah, probably Nick Drake was one of the most interesting characters in music. Uh, I would say there's many interesting characters in the history of music, but for sure, he's definitely up there. I think he's probably up there because it's not just the suicide. I mean, plenty of musicians overdosed and had suicides, but plenty of artists throughout time. I think Tula's tripping out. Let me go see what's going on with Tula. Okay, be good, dude. I love you. Hey, dude. You look very pretty. Hey, dude. Dude, it's not good night night. Yeah, so it might be because Nick Drake is enigmatic, and there's also not really a lot of interviews with him, and so I think it'd be hard now if you were a very talented guy and you were making music and it was really selling and it was really getting a lot of buzz. And it would be in the information age, in the social media era. Uh, I think it'd be difficult for a guy like that to sell records, tour a little bit, uh, get a cult following and a buzz, and stay relatively unknown and not really a famous person. That would be almost, I would say, virtually impossible in today's technology and climate. So I guess back then it was possible to have your cake and eat it too. So yeah, I'm not even certain how a man like that would have handled fame. I guess he just would have swallowed a whole bunch of pills like he did. Uh, yeah, and since he was more folk and singer-songwriter, uh, jazz and virtuoso, I think he was a pretty excellent singer, but he wasn't like a rocker. So it wasn't like he was going to come out with a rock album in the 1970s that was going to be like, Peter Frampton Comes Alive or something like that, where he would have to like sell out stadiums. He just wasn't a commercial kind of dude, even though I'm sure his friends and fans and um, producers and the record companies probably tried to push him in that direction, most likely. Tinoco Island. That's what's up. Bum, bum, bum. So we up on the island, and I'm not denying. Yeah, we'll play some Pink Moon. I don't know if we'll play Pink Moon during the Pink Moon, but Friday it comes in full, so we'll probably have a show where we play Pink Moon. It's controlled by Island Records, so we're probably gonna get a copyright strike if I play the whole thing. But I might do that just for the fun of it, for the commemoration of the Pink Moon and Nick Drake. So. Do do. Get it, word. Gonna get vibing up in here. Ready, big dog? Yeah. Got your boy Mimo in the house. I guess I was finding Mimo. Wow. Oh yeah. Oh. Hey dudes. Oh, got a more a funnier idea here. It actually never. It usually doesn't work out that way where it lines up that perfectly. It just happened to be that time. Hey guys, nice to meet you. Uh, nice to bleed you. Ooh, nice to bleed you. Yeah. So if you're, so actually I had to watch drinking not just because of my internal organs, but another thing. You know what? Like you get dehydrated really bad. And so, especially in this, crazy Texas heat and humidity. I think I know what I'll do. I'll bomb a shitload of water like the night before the pink moon, so that if I do have a few beers, I'm not like just fucking dying the next day when it's like uh, a billion degrees outside. I'm not hoping for a huge flood or anything like the tax day floods of 2016, but I am hoping for that there's April showers, like there's some big thunderstorms, some big, maybe not flooding, but like just some good precipitation. That's the only thing I hate when it's hot and humid. If there's a high pressure system, and if it's fucking, if there's 10 to 20 days with no rain, and that happens from time to time. But especially when the high pressure system just parks itself on Texas, it will just fucking park, and it will be awful. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess there were kind of the days that I felt in the last 30 years that since we bought a place right next to the pool, that it was like our private pool, when it was really the entire time it was all the residents' pool. It's just lately there's been over the past few years people with a lot of kids and grandkids, and before previously this place was mostly retirees when it was real, especially when it was nicer back in the day. And so, obviously a lot of like people that were retired in 65 to 80 aren't out there in bikinis and shit, and showing their old ass nipples, and grandma usually is not putting on a bikini, going swimming, showing her butt cheeks. And so when it was like a kind of a senior citizens place, we were like, some of the youngest people here back then. And but those days are long gone now, because you have this weird like thing where people are trying to, like, they're excited about going to the pool and laying out, and it's like they do it without fail. Like there's one guy that's been doing it for, I don't know, at least 4 years now, at least 4 or 5 years. And then and there's some neighbors that have a grandchild, and they always bogart the pool. Now those people are old, but they still, the grandpa still takes off his shirt and goes into the pool, and the grandma goes into the pool as well. And so, I mean, I don't want to see 80-year-old grandma in a onesie, but uh, yeah. So it's definitely lost that it's definitely lost that like private pool vibe. Now it's like, oh shit, who's at the pool? Now it's like not a good sensation. And also, you have a lot of people. Uh, since Houston is getting more and more crowded, you have this situation in which uh, you have this situation in which people go into other people's pool um, just because they're visiting a friend or they're visiting some relatives. So they used to have a lock on the pool, and then somebody, it was probably the next door neighbor Vicky, the old grandma, who got it changed where it was unlocked all the time, which is really dangerous if the pool is unlocked all the time because that means maybe little kids could go in there and drown or something. But anyways, I'm not doing it, so I'm not liable for it. Uh, but I did like it better where you needed your private pool key and not everybody in the community in the world could go into the pool. But now it's just kind of like anything goes, and the teenagers in the neighborhood are using the pool in the bathrooms to smoke weed and shit and hang out after school to smoke dope and all this other shit that didn't really used to happen so much. Uh, oh well, rest in peace pool, because um, it is a community pool, but I do miss the days where I didn't have to be like, oh shit, I hope these kind of people aren't at the pool, or oh man, that motherfucker's annoying, or oh that motherfucker comes every day, or oh it's that bitch, like instead of that feeling like that feeling of dread instead of the feeling of peace, I suppose. Yeah, it was never really our pool. That was just like an illusion. But now it's just so many fucking people. It's not even fun to even plan to go there anymore. And I think what's also killing the vibe is that the next door neighbors that live right by the pool, they like constantly stake out the pool, and they constantly, you know, hang out in it and try to take it over since they're retirees. Um, but these are older people that use it to because they have a granddaughter, and so that's why they're in that bitch all the time. So when the first person that I saw swim in the pool was kind of like a hot chick. At first, when I was looking out the window, I thought, oh god, is that? At first, I thought it was like the underage chick next door, and then when I looked down and I saw like an yeah, I was just paranoid that it was like jailbait, so I wasn't trying to stare. When I first saw the bikini, and then I realized um, the retarded guy walks around the neighborhood, and the retarded guy went into the pool. He's just, oh, I'm retarded, and that kind of shit. And usually, basically, if there's like really hot chicks and guys are retarded and they're talking to them, 9 times out of 10, the hot chick doesn't, or the hot girl doesn't go, oh, you're retarded, bye, get the hell out of my face. They usually chat with them and say, oh, how are you? How are you doing? Or, they try to be sweet girls 9 times out of 10. They don't say like, get out of here, retard. I don't talk to retards. Typically they don't do that. They chat with them. Oh, hi. Even if like, the retarded guy has no chance of having sex with the girl or sex with the young, attractive woman, they're still usually like pretty nice. That what I've seen so far. I'm not saying there's not mean girls who are like, here, yeah, get the fuck away from me. Oh, you're retarded? Oh, you're one of the special people. Bye. So then the retarded guy is like, hey, what's your name? And I don't know if he's trying to pick her up. I mean, I doubt it. I think he's just retarded and lonely, and he's just wandering around trying to look for friends, people to talk to, basically. I'm sure the fact that it was a bikini chick helped him. Kind of an attractive woman, I guess. I know she saw me on the balcony, and then I looked down. I said, "Oh, that's not jailbait. That woman looks like she's of age. Like she's maybe not old, but she's definitely way past 18." Yeah. Well, okay. So, is there any like things I know about the pool? Like, how can I go enjoy it? You know. Well, I mean, the next door neighbor grandparents aren't in it all the time. It's not like they just uh, sit in there and shrivel all day. They gotta collect their social security check. They gotta go take their grandchild back. They gotta go pick her up. They gotta go grocery shopping, go buy more cigarettes, get more gas, or whatever. Maybe sometimes they have to go to the fucking doctor and get a checkup or get a prescription. They obviously they have to do other things, but instead of just lounging by the pool 24/7. So I have my opportunity to swim when the community isn't in there. One guy lays out pretty much like every day. He's cool, but and then they used to have a time for the pool, so it used to close at. It used to open up at like 9 or 10, and then it would close at like so that people can't swim all night. But now it's just like fucking anybody can like swim there all night, and the gates open. I kind of do miss when it had rules, because now it has like zero rules, and yeah, I like when it had rules because it's just maybe you want to go out on your balcony and it's 3 in the morning, and then you want to go out on your balcony and chill on the patio, and then all of a sudden there's like a rap party with strangers or some shit, and you're just like, you know, it's just random now. Come on, Legolas, do it. Okay, good. It's like, come on, Legolas. Oh, hold on. Okay, Tula's tripping. Let me see if she took another shit or something. Hold on a second. Let me see if she took it down. She could be hungry. Let me, hold on. I'm gonna go check my tube. So if I want to go for a swim, if the pool's lit up at night, I'll go at the night. But the next door neighbors will be watching. The old grandma, she smokes all the time, so she'll be staring down from her patio. And so I could go then, or I could go before that kind of gayish guy gets at. That guy Mark gets there. He usually lays out every day from like. I'd say he lays out almost every day without fail from like. I just assume he comes at like from. Usually it's about 1 or 2 to about anywhere upwards of 7. So it's usually in that time frame for the most part. But I don't want to see his gay looking ass and his thong with a shirt off. So usually I try to avoid that situation. The retarded guy, he comes. That guy wakes up in the morning and starts pacing the whole entire condo place. So who knows when he's in. Sometimes he goes with his mom, and but usually he goes by himself everywhere. And I guess I don't know if he's just lonely or something, but he thinks he owns the place or whatever. But it's kind of like a redneck. He's kind of like a retarded redneck, kind of like I don't know, Billy Bob Thornton. You know, the guy who's like, it's kind of like that a lot. I can kind of understand what he says, but sometimes it does come out like the dude from, you know, the King of the Hill show where the guy's like, one of the guys wasted and he's like, like he's like Jack Daniels NASCAR, like it's like that a lot. Like it does sound like that. Kind of incomprehensible sometimes. shit. Have you had like? I mean, Trailer Park Boys was funny, but man, the people that live in this neighborhood are like fucking. They're not. It's a it's a wacky cast of characters for sure, but it's not cool though, not fun, not funny, like more like pain in the ass. Yeah, that's why we miss our old neighbors Phil and Ray sometimes. They were like the ropers from Three's Company, but they weren't our landlords. Uh, and they were just that funny like old couple, kind of bicker. They love each other, but they're like bickering and just kind of sweet. Like I guess the best example I could say is the ropers from Three's Company, and yeah, Phil was lonely too, but he was like a drunk, and he was always like, "Come over, have a beer, have a scotch, have a whatever you want, drink some wine." And very nice, very nice, very nice, but never ask him for $10 without mowing his lawn or something. He would get really touchy if you were like, "Hey, do you have a 5?" He would get bent out of shape about like, but he was a senior citizen that lost a lot of money on the stock market. He went down in the he bet most of his savings on Enron, the energy company in Houston that went down, and that took a shitload of his retirement savings out. And so that's probably why he was really tight. I'm sure if he made like millions on Enron stocks or something, instead of it being a fraud, that he would have, been more relaxed about hooking a brother up with a 10 every now and then or something. But most men are like that. They're not gonna like. Most men are like that anyways. They're like, "Oh, are you gonna cover the next beer?" And like, he's very generous about sharing his like food and alcohol, but he was like really tight about like the cash and shit. Really get bent out of shape if you mention it, or if you like went out with him and you're like, "Hey, I'm a little short on this," he would really have a cow. I'm kind of a little bit different. If I'm going somewhere with my family or my friends, and but I'm rolling in it, and but they're short, then I would say, "Oh, you don't have enough for all this? Oh, well, not all the time, not every day. I'm just saying, like, if that was the particular scenario, I'm not like I don't like some people have a fucking cow if you asked them. Like my stepdad is like that too. Like I usually never ever asked him for any money because he would be like, "Well, you need to go to more school, get a better job, and blah 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 blah." He would just act like an asshole. So that's probably the reason why I didn't ask my stepfather for like zero money, is because I knew he was never gonna help me get anything. So he was always gonna just be a bitch, just be a dickhead. Even though it's getting really like crazy hot, I'm not gonna hit up the pool until just is it like an unbearably hot day or something, and there's not a whole lot of fucking people around. Usually, I would just see if the old. Another method I could use besides going early, because I think these grandparents on Social Security fixed income, I think they stay up all night, or they stay up real late, to like 2 or 3 in the morning. So another strategy I could use besides getting up early is I could wait and see if their cars are, if they're both gone or something, then I could go swimming. So I kind of just I plan me going to the pool usually to avoid people, is what I'm trying to do. So I can just have a good exercise, have a good swim, and then chill and have a good time, and then like not have to do any social contact or any kind of like bull crap like hi, how are you, do like a whole bunch of small talk and shit. And now they got like teenagers using it to like hit the fucking bong, fucking rip reefer in there and all that shit too. Just fucking gay now. Don't lose your head, partner. Yeah, Tula is supposed to have a bedtime like 8:39 or something like that. So because I know she was whining trying to get out of it, but I was like, nope, I love you very much, but it's time for my time, because like she wakes me up like 8 in the morning and to feed her and all that stuff, and I clean up the turds and I clean up the pee pee and get her fresh water. I have to get the dogs really fresh cold water as the heat gets out of control, and watch that they're not overheating during this. I think the humidity comes back after the pink moon, and hey, I like that. I don't want that weapon right now. Oh, do I already have that? Everybody dead yet? Ah, yeah, I got a really good full moon picture earlier. I didn't expect so early on Thursday, but um, yeah, I guess tomorrow I'll get even better full moon pictures. And then the main event is on the main event. The pink moon is this Saturday, and then my mom comes back in, so I'll have some help with the dogs. Uh, so I can kind of have a little bit of Tula relief, just a little bit. Bella's kind of wearing me down, but it's really Tula that's wearing me down, and then soon this heat's gonna kick in. So hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Hey, sweetheart. Oh. I've had the time of my life. Ooh. Is it the demon kava? Now I have the demon kava. And the light of the full moon blood night. No. Must get on my steed, the mighty. What should I call him? Well, he's like royal blue. I'll call him the royal warrior. That's good. The royal knight. Ah. How dare you mess with the royal knight? And the demon kava. Ooh. Get that hasty milk down. Yeah. Got your boy Ty. You know that he's fly. He don't die. He just reprise. That's a good one. I like that. Okay. He can't be denied when it's barbecue fries. No, I'll call him not the royal. It's not even, no, it's not like a blue. It just looks, it's like a purple. So I'll call him the Prince. Yeah. Prince Royal. It only lets you do like 9 letters, so. I'll just call him Violet. Yeah. Let's light this barbecue up now. Nice camp. Oh, my bad. What's up, Holmes? Chill, dog. You chilling, brother? Oh. It's all good. All right. Chill with the homies. Give me that barbecue. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was. It is funny, the baby boomer retirement commercials, because they're playing like, well, I know the Super Bowl ad was for like really big time elders, like in their 70s or 80s, or really old ladies, like retirement, like I'm sorry, retired, like geriatric. But they're playing Born to Be Wild, but that's like kind of like a boomer theme song for retirement. The one that gets me is all right now, baby, it's all right now. That makes me laugh. Like if there's like a boomer song. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Yeah. Actually, if they're gonna do a boomer song, it should be like the Guess Who. No, it should be like, no sugar tonight in my coffee. No sugar tonight in my tea. No one stand beside me. No one to walk with me. Na 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 na. Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah. No sugar tonight in my coffee. No sugar tonight in my tea. Actually, I thought the Guess Who's best song was These Eyes. Yeah, I think. Da, 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 da. I kind of like that majestic sounding, those majestic sounding ballads from the like 1960s. I always thought those sounded really good. I like those love ballads that sound like they're really like epic. Really theatrical. These eyes, oh, I'm crying. I've seen a lot of love, but I never had one like you. These eyes, oh, I'm crying. That's such a good one. All right. Got that hearty radish down. Violet. Violet Prince, it is time to ride once more. Mm. My boy. Uh, got your boy Loud and Down. Loud and Bowdy. Oh, this boy. All right. We call him the Down. Boy's gonna get downed. The Down. Yeah. The Down. Give it up for the Down. Hey. Down. Get that boy downed. So the retarded guy, he drove off the bikini woman, and I was like, uh, I know that's why she left, but you have to be polite. If the retarded dude started talking to me, uh, or special ed or whatever, I would just say like, oh yeah, 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 and he would go, and I'd say, yep, that's true, and I'd say, well, I gotta get to my day. I'll see you later. And I'm sure that's how she did it. That the awkward exit. Now, when she left, she did have a scowl on her face, didn't she? She was like, kind of like, she wasn't, like cursing under her breath, but she was like, all I was trying to do is lay out my bikini today. I got hassled. Yeah. Women don't like to be hassled unless, they're looking for that sort of thing. But like, normally, I don't think women want to be hassled. So, even if they're single, even if they're looking for a mate, Sometimes they don't like to be hassled by every guy in the world, not necessarily all the time. Right, we need to get it. Nightendo Ancient Tech Lab. Mm. Do, do. Oh, you're in the wrong place. You need to go to Akala Lab, dog. My bad. Ooh. Go to Akala, trying to be a baller, be a shot caller. Mm. I know, like, I kind of grew up with P. Diddy and stuff, and I make fun of it. You know, he's really a monster. And so I don't mean to glorify. I mean, his music was mostly ripped off from other people anyway. And so it'll be kind of funny to, it'll be interesting to know what his final fate will be. How many years? Because he was used to being a billionaire, being a baller, and getting all these beautiful women all the time. And I mean, he was used to having a pretty, you know, crazy lifestyle. Now, Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy being locked up for the rest of his life. Oh, see how he handles that. Um, you know what? Drop something. I guess it looks cool, but it just doesn't really do anything. We'll just drop one of these since we have an ass ton. Yeah, we hooking it up. No. Oh, okay. All right. That's fine, dog. Ready to get it, dog. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. Do-do-do. Yeah. All right. Time to go on my hood. No. Ready to get it down. Do, do, do. Get it down. Do, 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 do. Get it down. Get it down. Do, 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 do. Better get it down. Ooh, get it on, down. Coming for you, down. Kill the bird. Oh. Coming for the guardians of the galaxy. Good morning, sailor. Oh. What a rude dude. That's what I need, an ancient screw. Can't wait for my next conquest. Attacked by bubbles. Silly and unexpected. I've reached my 2-2 limit. I'm yawning from excitement. This one girl I used to work with, she would yawn. She'd go, "Ugh." Like, I wonder if, like, I do work sometimes. Like the people that I used to work with at like a crappy job, and now they might have a good job or something, or like a career. I wonder if they're ever like look back on that and they're like, I wonder if they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I worked that shitty job. Like, I wonder if they look back at it like, I I wonder if they look back at it and say, "Oh my God, that was awful," or sometimes they go, "Oh, those were some nice days." They probably just think it was awful, probably. Unless there was like some funny shit that happened or something. I bet they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I had to work at that Walmart. Oh my fucking God, I had to work at that McDonald's for like when I was 20. It was fucking shit. Oh my God, I had to work at that Popeye's chicken to get through college. Oh my God, I had to work at that restaurant, Applebee's, for fucking 2 years." Oh my God, I had to work at that Target or Kroger's. Yeah, maybe they look back on it like fuck that shit. Yeah, I think most people are like, "Oh my God, I'm glad I don't work at that shit anymore." That's probably what most people think.
Rivali scale is now ready.
Rivali's Gale. Yeah. Ready for me, boy? Coming after the Guardian. Yo. He's the stalker. I'm the real stalker. I'll show the stalker who the real stalker is. No, that was funny. Like Max Normal from Die Antwoord, the rap hip hop pop group. He's like, he says in one of his videos, he's like, "Patience like the stalker." I thought that was pretty funny. Patience like the stalker. Like, it's like, patience like the assassin or something. Making me laugh. Patience like the stalker. That was a pretty funny short. I like that one, and then it was he had another one where he drinks champagne and he goes, "I'm drinking gangster beer." He goes, "I'm drinking." He's like, "I'm drinking gangster beer." He has like a South Afrikaans like accent. Uh oh. Ooh. Oh wow. I'm drinking gangster beer. It sounds something like that. It's like every time I hear like the Afrikaans or the South African, the Dutch, it has like a strange accent because it's English, but it's got the South African Afrikaans. Uh, I've heard it in like when I worked at this liquor store for 2 years. They had a South African wine section, and sometimes the South African people would come in that were South African Americans, like Elon Musk. He doesn't really have a weird accent. I think it's because just a little bit, but I think that's because most of these lived abroad. So he's lived in the United States a long time, so doesn't really kind of has a weird accent, but not as strange as like a white South African that had been living there, natively for a long time. I will not say it's a weird English accent. That's kind of going too far. I would say it is a unique dialect of the English language. Uh, Like English and Australians, I can. It's like loud and clear. That's just like pretty much for the most part. But if someone's from Europe or they have a European or South African accent, you might have to strain just to hear the English just a little bit, depending on, you know, their level of English speaking also. I know I can't start a fire in a rainstorm, but here I am trying to. Nah. Expect me to grow flowers in the desert. I can live and breathe and see the sun in winter time. In a big country, dreams stay with you like a lover's voice on the mountainside. Stay alive. We have a battle. Do you want the leaves? The leaves are mine. Oh, I see what's going on now. Good. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I can heal. What's it? Well, see, I saw something here. Oh, you did it, brother. Nice. Okay, you found the dude. Booyah. We did it. My boy. My orange boy. Yeah. All right. So we started to freeze up all our jugs and get the since the summer is coming so fast, faster than anticipated, um, which it may be once that high goes away and there's another front or something, there might be April showers after Easter, and this strangely hot pattern may go away for a while. So, but I'm just going to go ahead and just pretend like summer's basically heat. Texas heat and humidity is already here. So I'm just going to prepare as if, it's June or August or something, instead of thinking it's just going to cool up and just be rainy and stormy like most Aprils. Yeah, that pattern can shift. Either April can be a really, volatile month, and you could have floods and it could be really crazy. And there's still, plenty of April left for that to happen. But sometimes that can shift to May. So it doesn't always have to follow the rule April showers and May flowers. That's just like kind of a generalization. Uh, oh. Hey, baby. Thank you. I mean, I don't hope for a big flood or like a crazy hurricane season. Hurricane Beryl in 2024 was miserable because when the heat and humidity gets so bad, if we can put together like thousands or millions of dollars or something, or at least thousands of dollars, I think I'm going to buy a generator because that was just too miserable with no ice and uh, food spoiling and all that shit. Because sometimes in Houston, if CenterPoint Energy or if the storm is really terrible and knocks out the power for a week or two, that week or two can be really miserable, and so very uncomfortable in the Texas heat and humidity without some air conditioning. Yeah, sometimes it could even be a threat to your life depending on your health and hydration and all that. So yeah, sometimes it can definitely put some medications required to stay cold, and so you get a generator, so you keep on making that ice, ice, baby, boom, boom, diddy, boom, boom, ice, ice, baby, boom, boom, diddy, boom, boom, ice. Yeah, Hurricane Beryl. Basically, what happened was CenterPoint Energy wasn't doing their job, and they dropped the ball because it was a Category 2 hurricane, but it was on the dirty side, and yeah, it was a Category 2, but it knocked out the power, and they did not do enough maintenance to make sure that the winds weren't knocking the limbs into the power lines, and they did not send enough workers to get the power restored. So basically, they were like, the people on the Titanic not watching out for the icebergs, and the North or the White Star Line, and they did not prepare enough lifeboats in case some shit went down, and shit went down in a major way. And I don't know how many people died from that storm, but probably at least a few. Although my pre-Hurricane Beryl videos were like Hurricane Burial's coming and all these jokes. Once it hit, it was no joke. Even though it was fun to make the pun Hurricane Burial. And oh yeah, I had Hurricane B Reel, and I had Hurricane Beer Reel when I probably had a party before it hit or something. You got to do um, the time-honored tradition in the Gulf Coast of having a party before the major hurricane hits. Not necessarily the night. It could be the night before. or the night of, I got, before it makes landfall or whatever. But yeah, the hurricane parties are kind of funny, because people are just like getting drunk or whatever, and because they know the storm's gonna suck probably, and they know that if we lose power, that it's gonna really blow. So I think we're definitely gonna get a generator if we hear some major fucking storm is coming. So Centerpoint Energy did not prepare. They did not cut the tree limbs. They did not do the proper maintenance. They sent a skeleton crew in here. They go, oh, it's category 2. It's not gonna be that bad. And but it fucked shit up. So I prepared for like maybe a little bit of fucking shit up, but I didn't prepare for maximum shit getting fucked up. So that's why we didn't get a generator ahead of time. I think we know a real bad one's coming. We will get a generator next time. For sure. Yeah, we're getting too old to rough the shit anymore. A lot of people, when the power went out, they just left. They probably went to go find relatives in other places that had electricity, or they tried to find hotels or something. They just got to the AC and lived comfortably for a week. But we just toughed it out. In hindsight, that was a very miserable decision to rough it out, to ride it out, because it really was, the heat and humidity was awful, and all the food spoiled. Even though I made many ice packs, the ice wouldn't last without refrigeration. So we're gonna definitely need a generator next time. If I'm wealthy enough, I would like to get a solar power generator. Oh man, you found an ancient core. Yes. Ah. Oh man, wow, dude. What? All right. Let's ride. My roasted chicken. Yeah, we just made a. I have to do it, yeah. That would, yeah. A rare diamond. Yes. That would. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah. Get up on my beach, biatch. Hit me in the ass. Take that shit, dog. Get it down. Better get my shit ready. Hell yeah. Y'all know what's up. See what's in the chest. Grab me a crab, yep. Hit the cranes. Is this a fake one, fool? It's a fake out one? Is this the real deal? Is this the real deal? Okay, it's the real deal. No, could you imagine being a younger person like dating like right now, and there's like all this AI shit. There's like AI people in there, and there's all these like transsexuals and shit. It's a fucking nightmare. One day the AI will make like perfect looking babes and shit. Some guy will fall for it and end up dead. But she looks so beautiful in real life, but when I met her, but it was a fat old guy that gave me the date rape drug. And then he tied me up in his torture chamber. Well, I don't necessarily break that one. Hit you in your nutsack. Hit you in your nutsack. Uh-oh. Bitch. Fucking Ewok dog. Come after me. I'm gonna make your ass a blaster piece. Nice. Oh, you're dead for that, brother. You are history. You are history toast. Yeah. No, what was the funniest? Like, I guess the funniest from the 1980s is when somebody would say, "Your ass is grass." Oh, I said that was funny. Did my stepdad tell me that if I was in trouble? Your ass is gonna be grass, or was it like neighbor? I can't really remember who said, actually would say that. Maybe everybody said it back then. Your ass is grass. I just thought that was great. It might have been local punks in the neighborhood. 1980s punks. Yeah, because it was usually a lot like when I grew up, it was a lot like the Outsiders. Like they would have like different gangs, and there would be like the little kids, and then it would be like the little bit older kids, and then it would just like Stand By Me or the Outsiders. It was a lot like that. And then you'd have like the older kids who are way badder and shit. And then you'd have the adults, that weren't evil. Ah. Oh yeah, we might have to go into movie time now that game time is been going on. Yeah, I think we're gonna roll into that. Maybe one last fight though with the Lionel. Oh yeah. Is he ready for me? Are you ready for G? Is he ready for me? Because he's gonna see how we do the deeds. Down, 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 Oh, how come it didn't hit him, man? That's whack, dude. Bitch me up, dog. Little butthole over here. Like a little butt. Like a little butthole. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Butthole. Butthole. Shit. Oh, that's cool. Party? Get him in the butt. Shit. What we gonna do, dog? What we gonna do? What we gonna do, dog? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do, dog? Olay, boy. Shit.
Triumphant. You are defeated, Lionel. Now you'll die, Nell.
Ooh.
Another day at the office, Pete.
Ooh.
Boom, boom,